Hello, hello everyone. Welcome on in. If you are new here, I am Victoria from Wings of Ascension, and this is your daily astrological horoscope for Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. Happy Jupiter in Taurus Day, my friends. This is a big moment for us as individuals and us as a collective. So let's jump in and discuss where we're at. So the daily stuff, we've always got the moon. We're always going to talk about our moon. Here she is. She's finishing up in Aries today. She will eventually move into Taurus, but she's in Aries for most of the day. She's going to make a square over to Mars. As we know, squares are not so easy conversations. So when you have a moon square Mars day, keep in mind, this is a temporary transit just for the day. You may feel it for an hour and then it passes off. But moon square Mars is kind of an on edge, irritated, ready to snap moment. Kind of a, you feel like people are picking at your wounds, kind of. They're just annoying you. They're really just pushing your buttons. Be cautious that you don't do that to yourself, that you don't do that to other people. If you feel it, let it roll. Let it roll. You could get some motivation to get things done, but it's kind of more of a up yours, I'm going to do it, which is not really the kind of motivation we want to have, right? Not really the high vibe way. So let's not do that, all right? Just keep in mind, could be a little bit pissy panties. Just going to say it. The big thing that is happening today is Jupiter. And here, now I want you to be able to see the whole sign. And I kind of drew over her a little bit. There is Jupiter right there. Has moved into Taurus. What does this mean? Let's discuss. So, first, let's just talk about Jupiter. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is the planet that expands. Jupiter expands anything and everything it touches. It expands our consciousness. It expands our intellectual knowing. It expands our spirituality. It expands our tangible world. It expands everything. Jupiter brings in joy. Jupiter brings in luck. Jupiter is a very benefic planet. Jupiter's transit takes, give or take, a year. So we're in each sign for about a year's time. That does not mean from January to December. Obviously, it's moving today. It is about a 365 day transit. We have just come into Taurus out of Aries. So what was that last year of our life like? Well, we spent that time looking into, understanding, and really stepping into ourselves as an individual. Who are we? I don't care who you are. I want to know who I is. That's very Jupiter and Aries. It's understanding who you are, what you are, why you are, how you are, and embracing it, stepping into it. You're expanding who you are. You're going from, okay, this is who I am. Yeah, I'm going to embody it fully. Now that we've stepped over that doorway, we know who we are and we're in Taurus's world. We are expanding in our physical world, our 3D realm. Taurus is an earth sign. It deals with the real, books, pens, crystals. It deals with real things. It also deals with money. It deals with food. It deals with our resources, our values, our beliefs, and then everything on the big scale. So it deals with our, we the humans here, our natural resources, our food sources, our money. Everything that Jupiter touches expands. Think of Jupiter like the air that fills a beach ball. Everybody has blown up a beach ball at least once in their life. If you haven't blown up a beach ball, you've blown up a tubie for the pool, or you've blown up something. I know you have. Even if it's a balloon, right? You've blown something up. When you fill that thing, that beach ball, with air, you get to a point where you feel the tension is really strong and you either stop and you have a secure amount of air that keeps this thing full, or it pops. We don't want to go to the to the length of which Jupiter expands and then everything pops. Because we're dealing with very earthy things like food and money, we don't want to push that too far. We must know, and if you've been doing the things that you need to do on your journey, you already know what your limits are. You know that I don't really need that extra piece of pizza, or I love the shoes, but I already have too many, or oh, I really want to do this. What is my buying it? Watch? What does my bank account look like? I don't know. Maybe your watch tells you. I don't know. That's why I did it. I don't know. You know what your limits are. Don't go past them. Be very conscious and aware that you don't push them, because Jupiter can really push them. It's your responsibility in this next year to make sure that you are doing what you need to do to keep your limits. And they're different for everybody, right? I may only be able to eat a piece of pizza. Somebody else may need to eat 2 or 3. That's fine. There's no shade. There's no judgment. We're all different. But you know you, and you need to stay on your path. When we're dealing with Jupiter also, because Jupiter expands, it must clear. Think of your closet. We all have a closet, no matter how big or how small. We have something that contains our clothes, our shoes. Hi, dogs. Our clothes, our shoes, our hats, our purses, our whatever. When we have so much of it that it hits its max, if we continue to buy more and fill it, what's going to happen? Well, it's going to expand all over the place. It's going to spill out into a room, into a hallway, into another room. That's not ideal. We don't want to have our stuff spewed all over our house, do we? No, we do not. What do we need to do there? Yeah, we got to clean out the closet. We got to get rid of the old stuff. When we're dealing with Jupiter and Taurus, we must do a cleanse. We must do a cleanse of our material possessions. Clean out your closet. Literally, clean it out. We must do a cleanse of our food. Taurus rules over food. Change your diet, clean out your diet, get rid of the chemicals. We must do some looking into our finances. What are we wasting money on? We need to stop wasting money. We need to spend it where it needs to be spent. Maybe invest it in something you haven't invested it in yet, but clear out what needs to be cleared out. The other thing that is very, very, very predominant when we have this Jupiter and Taurus transit is we're focusing on our self-worth. Because we spent the last year in Aries identifying who we are, when we're dealing with Taurus and we're dealing with values, we're dealing with our self-values. As I said, knowing boundaries is very important. This is also a time that it needs to be a priority for you to understand your worth. Take time for you, do things for you, and know what's good for you and what's not. Like I say all the time, is it really ideal to go out drinking every Friday night with your friends? You might get a temporary enjoyment, a temporary high, but in the long run, is it helping you? Probably not, right? No. So look into your self-worth. You, again, you know your limit of what is good and what is not. So really it comes down to boundaries with everything. Healthy boundaries is a very Taurus theme. Knowing them and installing them and maintaining them, very key over the next year. Because Jupiter expands, inflates, exaggerates on the world stage, we could very well see inflation just go through the darn roof, as if it's not bad enough. I'm just going to tell you the truth. We could see things like food. We could go into an abundance, or we could go into a lack. When we live in this world of polarity, you could go into an abundance or you could go into a lack like that. Money, Again, same thing. Our finances, the stock market, it could boom or it could collapse. This is again where knowing your boundaries is extraordinarily important right now. You have to know what your budget is, what you need to pay out of that budget, and what you have for extra. Very important. Same thing with your diet. As things start to expand and we make everything bigger, we're putting chemicals and crap into the food. It is important to cut back to what is real and pure and natural and from the earth. Taurus is the earth. What is from the earth is good. What is not is not. What else do I want to tell you on a brief intro into this? I guess we could also talk about when we're in Taurus, this Jupiter and Taurus transit, and we're building things. We're building what we want to be building is an abundant life for ourselves, because Jupiter loves luxury. Jupiter does love luxury, but Taurus loves luxury. Taurus loves everything that's beautiful, that smells good, that tastes good, that feels good. Everything in the 3D world, the stuff, material stuff, Taurus wants it to be the best. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the most expensive, but it wants it to be the best. And what the best means to you is different than what it means to anybody else. No shade, no judgment there. But we're building an abundance. We're building a luxury for ourselves. So again, knowing what's true to you, what's real to you, and creating that is important. Invest into the things that matter. Instead of just buying the newest thing because you want it, save your money and buy what you really want. Wherever we have Taurus, slow and steady wins the race. Jupiter will reward you if you step into its archetype at the moment, which in this moment is Taurus. Step into that knowing of what's real luxury to you. If you don't have the finances right now to buy the luxury item, that's okay. Save it until you do. You will be rewarded when you follow the Taurasian themes. So remember, we're stepping into the next year where we are creating an abundant life for ourselves. We are building on who we are. Be cautious of overdoing things, food, money, worth. And do the clearing out. Literally clear out your closet. When you have Jupiter and Taurus, you need to clear out your material things. This is a year to purge and clean your house. Get rid of it. If you haven't used it in the last year, you don't need it. And that includes seasonal things. If it's been a year, you do not need it anymore. Unless, it's like super family heirloom things. But even then, really sit back. Do you need to keep it? Right? Maybe not. Maybe not. Sit back, clean out, get rid of, donate what you can. Prepare to bring in the new, but only what's real, what's pure, and what's luxurious for you. All right? This is a year-long thing, so it's not going to happen overnight. But if you change your mind already, change your mindset, and you say, I'm going to live only for the best of the best. I'm only going to put myself in the best places and situations I can be in. I'm not going to tolerate crap from somebody who isn't treating me the right way anymore. I'm out. I'm over it. I'm done. I am better than that. That's how you should be right now. That's how you should be always. But really embody that right now. Be careful with your finances. Be careful with your food. If it's not clean and pure, don't ingest it. Don't buy it. Don't invest in it. All right. I hope this helps. I hope this clarifies a little bit for you. By all means, you can read everything. You can dive in deeper. You can ask questions. If you're curious about where this is going to hit for you, how this could expand in your life, what you need to be careful of, what you need to clean out, let me know. We will go through it. Not scary. This is actually a really great time to have Jupiter moving into Taurus. Abundance is a flowing if you're on your right track and you're doing what you need for you. So, as I tell you every time, you've got this, we've got this. I love you all, and I will see you again later.